Title: Uncertainty persists amid Trump's tariff shakeup. President Donald Trump unveiled a set of trade agreements with key partners, but the fog of uncertainty remains. While tariffs on many countries have been maintained or increased, potential sector-based tariffs still loom. Legal challenges to Trump's tariff use under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act are ongoing. The tariff increases, from an average effective rate of 2.5% at the start of the year to 18.3%, have boosted tariff revenue by $55 billion, much of which comes from U.S. companies. The stock market has surged on the avoidance of a full-blown trade war with China and the EU. For businesses vulnerable to tariffs, much remains unknown. Companies like Stellantis, Procter Gamble, and Hershey have warned about increased costs due to tariffs. Some companies have stockpiled inventory to avoid price hikes until tariff terms are finalized, especially for China. The timeline for these deals is unclear as China has requested a 90-day extension for additional tariffs on Chinese goods. U.S. officials are awaiting Trump's approval for this plan. This delay in preparation for tariffs have thus far prevented an inflation spike, but could lead to persistent inflation. The agreements seem to follow a common template, a 15% tariff rate in exchange for vows to buy U.S. goods or invest in America. However, specific terms are still being ironed out, and disputes over interpretation persist. For instance, Trump's claim that Japan would invest $550 billion is at odds with Japanese official statements about the majority of this investment coming as loans. The negotiation process itself has added to the confusion, as Trump's team prefers quick, finalized deals rather than traditional, lengthy negotiations. This approach has led to discrepancies in agreed-upon terms, as seen in the administration's first trade deal with Vietnam. Trump's use of tariffs for political leverage, such as targeting countries like Brazil and Canada, adds another layer of volatility. The U.S. has imposed 35% tariffs on Canadian goods following Canada's recognition of Palestine as a state. In conclusion, while the trade agreements offer some level of certainty, they are provisional and subject to further tariff threats from Trump. The impact on businesses, especially those vulnerable to tariffs, is uncertain, and inflation could become persistent if the delay tactics continue.